short video, we'll be looking at embedding of your decision tree into your website. So basically, normally if you're looking at your site, you'll see that it looks something like this, where that's the LeadsHook decision tree, but behind it is an embed code that is putting this decision tree onto your website. So if I can just move it something to that effect like that, and that's what's actually happening. Right, so it's putting the your decision tree content onto your website. So but if you look at it from that view, you'll see that it's actually sort of projecting onto the site. It's not the most technical way to explain this, but I just want to share with you that how embedding actually works, and that's what's happening behind the scenes. Now, what does that look like once you've embedded? Okay, well, let's have a look at this decision tree, where we can see that there's a page over here, and that's the LeadsHook part right there. Similarly, if we look at this example, the whole thing is LeadsHook, all right? So there's a couple of ways of embedding, and I just want to share with you what that looks like. So behind the scenes, that's the decision tree, and this is the full width one. Actually, that belongs here. Right. So what we've got here is we've got the underlying page, which is being shown over basically where the image is would be right over here. So there you go. There's the image being shown in the section part of the website, and then the code is sitting on the one side, which is right here. That's the embed code, and that's where how it's being shown on this side. So you can see that the LeadsHook decision tree is being shown on this side, and the whole page is controlled. So if you click there, it'll remain on one side. It looks like as if the form or the decision tree is in the page, but it's actually not. It's being put there through an embed code. Now this one here works a little bit differently. This one here, we've added the background to the decision tree itself. So in this example, the background is sitting on the page, and in this example, the background is sitting inside LeadsHook. And the way that has been created is oops, I think there you go. It's got the full width code, where inside the code we've just got that, and there's a little bit of a CSS has been added in here to allow that to show up this way. Now we'll be going through in a lot of detail about how that works, but the reason why we have that, so we would like, well, why would you have this sort of an embedding and then that sort of an embedding, is because we don't know what your decision tree is about, and we don't know what kind of campaigns you'll be running. And this is why we give you the scale and the flexibility to do what you want, rather than say to you, I'm sorry, we can only do it this way, or I'm sorry, we can only do it that way, because that wouldn't be really serving you to the best of our ability. Okay, so that's essentially how embedding works. Now I'll just get the embed code, which is inside your decision tree. You can just grab that from right over here. If I just copy and paste that, it'll put this decision tree, this one here, onto any page on the internet. And so that's how that system works. All right, so you just copy and paste that. Similarly, for this one here, all you need to do is go to this embed code and copy and paste that wherever you want. So every decision tree will have your own embed code. Now there's a direct link version, which I'll go through in the next video. All right, so I hope that sort of makes sense, that how LeadsHook actually works. It's an embed code that is showing up on your website. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Please click next.